Then suddenly we come to the last one, which is consolidated financial statement. 20 marks area, question 1, waiting for us in the exam hall. Consolidated financial statement. Very important topic that we must know about. Now, here, there are a number of things that you need to be aware of. There are some standards here. So in addition to all of those standards that we've spoken about, there are some other standards here that you must be mindful of, like IFRS 11, joint venture arrangement. Okay. We have IAS 28, and that is investment in associates. We have IFRS 3, business combination. And then we have IAS 27, separate and consolidated financial statement. Okay? So in addition to the other accounting standards that you must be aware of, that you must know about when it comes to the preparation and presentation of financial statements, all of those accounting standards that we spoke about here, in addition to these guys, when you get to consolidated financial statement, you must know about these 4 guys as well. And again, on our portal, we have the consolidation masterclass video available. So we have the consolidated masterclass videos available, going through all of these things and the various concepts that you must understand when it comes to consolidated financial statement. Why? Because you must understand the basic principles about consolidation. Again, in the exam hall, all you are doing is applying principles. So when you read the footnote, you should be able to know how to undertake the key workings based on the context of the question. How do you get your group structure? Okay, because the group structure will help you to know the post-acquisition period. If you miss the post-acquisition period, you're going to be losing a lot of calculations when it comes to consolidated financial statement. And so we must understand the post-acquisition period from the group structure. We must know how to calculate goodwill. Whether I like it or not, you are going to be calculating goodwill when it comes to consolidated financial statement, either goodwill at acquisition or goodwill at the reporting date. You must know how to calculate the goodwill and apply the principles. Not only that, you must know how to deal with non-controlling interest if we don't have 100% ownership of the business. Okay, so non-controlling interest, if we don't have 100% ownership of the business, you must know about that. So group structure, so you know about post-acquisition period, goodwill, non-controlling interest, dealing with intra-group trading. Okay, this is pivotal to your ability to pass the examination. Intra-group trading. So if they sell goods among themselves or between themselves, how do you account for that? If they sell assets, how do we account for that? If they issue loan, how do we account for that? The key thing is that all intra-group transactions must be eliminated on consolidation. So how do we deal with that? The basic principles about intra-group trading, you must know about it. Then certainly the calculation of the post-acquisition profit or loss. And then if there is an investment in associate, how do we account for investment in associate using the equity accounting in accordance with IAS 28, investment in associate. All right. So these are the things that you must understand again when it comes to consolidated financial statement. So in the financial reporting class, this is the breakdown of the syllabus and the various things that you must understand under each of the breakdowns. Again, why is this important? Because once you know, okay, this is the breakdown, this is what I'm expected to know about, it helps you to then put yourself in the position to prepare your study plan, know what you have to do, and then go through them with the videos available in the mobile application as well as on the website. Go through the videos and as well as joining the live lectures, doing assignments, involving yourself in a performance evaluation test and all that, and that will position you to be able to pass the examination.